I'm meteorologist John Dawson. Thanks for finding us here on YouTube. You've found the Fox 26 channel, and this is where we're going to be here every day a little bit after 4 p.m. Central Time to give you an update of what's happening in the tropics. And I've been very, I guess for a lack of a better term, excited to be able to share regularly with you during the month of July that things have been quiet in the Atlantic Basin, which is really what's impacting most of us who are tuning in here or clicking in here to the YouTube channel to find that. So once again, the National Hurricane Center is saying here in the Atlantic Basin, couple tropical waves out that are being sort of looked at, but nothing expected to develop into a tropical cyclone within the next 5 days. So that is the good news to report. And what is pretty interesting, though, is the amount of activity happening over in the Pacific. We're continuing to see lots of action happening over there now with two tropical storms that are currently in the Pacific. We'll take them one at a time, though. This is going to be Tropical Storm Frank. It's the one that formed first, and it's the one that's most favored. It's a little bit bigger in general. It's better organized, and it is expected to even become a Category 2 hurricane by the time we get to the weekend. So maximum sustained winds right now about 45 miles an hour, and then as it continues to move through the next couple of days, strengthening slowly, eventually getting here into Saturday, looking for a Category 2 hurricane. And you'll notice right underneath this where we currently have a little bit of organized activity, this is what is now going to be Tropical Storm Georgette. So let's switch gears and take a look at what's happening with that. Again, back here is where Frank is currently located. Right here is where Georgette is currently located, a tropical storm. It is small, it is not very well organized, and it is a bit of a mess when it takes a look at that forecast cone. Maximum sustained winds currently at 40 miles an hour, and this is definitely not a very neat cone and very organized whatsoever, as it'll be kind of pulling a little bit of a right turn once we get into Saturday. So we'll see how these two systems kind of begin to interact with each other a little bit by the time we get to Saturday, because they're definitely going to be somewhat close to each other at that time. So this will be very interesting to watch as we move into the weekend, how these two systems will kind of work around each other a little bit and maybe even fight a little bit for the best sort of possibilities for development. But we are expecting Georgette, at least at the moment, to stay a tropical storm and not increase to a hurricane, although it will probably become a little better organized, and the wind speeds will definitely pick up a little bit as well. So for those of you keeping track at home, we've knocked off two more names off of the list today in the Pacific. We've got Georgette, so that means next up is going to be Howard. And at this point, we don't have a spot that we're necessarily watching for that, but I think two systems is enough at the moment, but that is something that definitely will be next when we get to that point. Just a quick reminder, it'd be great if you want to follow me on social media. You can look me up at John Dawson Fox 26, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'll use them just a little bit differently, but I would recommend Instagram if you just want to pick one, if it's too much for all of them. Get on Instagram. The hurricane preparedness segments are where you're going to find some information there. So that's why I'd recommend that. Again, at John Dawson Fox 26. Thanks for being here right now. Make sure you're back here tomorrow about 4 p.m. We'll have another tropical update for you here on YouTube.